Viewer advisory and educational disclaimer. This video contains historical footage and descriptions of real wartime events, including images that some viewers may find disturbing. All materials presented for educational and documentary purposes to preserve and examine the realities of conflict and its human cost. Viewer discretion is advised. Contextual commentary is provided to inform, not sensationalize. The whole history of the world cannot contain a more ghastly word. Winston Churchill, The World Crisis, 1927. Welcome to Things You Should Know, the Great War Edition. From the desert winds of Cannakin, where Britain began to recover in Mesopotamia, the scene now shifts back to Europe, to the rolling fields in northern France, where the world's greatest industrial armies met in the Battle of the Somme. Planned as a joint Franco-British offensive to relieve Verdun and break the deadlock of the Western Front, the Somme opened at the dawn of July 1, 1916. After a 7-day bombardment meant to annihilate every enemy trench. When the guns fell silent, whistles blew and tens of thousands of men climbed from their parapets into no man's land. But the German defenses, deep, wired, and fortified, had endured. Machine guns scythed through the advancing ranks, and whole battalions vanished before reaching the first line of wire. By nightfall, British forces had suffered nearly 57,000 casualties, including 19,000 dead, the single bloodiest day in Britain's history. Still, the battle dragged on. French divisions on the southern flank advanced further, while General Douglas Haig's Fourth Army pressed grimly towards Albert Bezentin's Ridge and Delville Wood. The Ulster Division fought at Thiepval, Australians stormed Pozières, Newfoundlanders were cut down at the Beaumont Hamel, and in September, at Flers Courcelette, the first tanks appeared, mechanical hope crawling through fire. The winner today is indecisive. Neither side achieved victory, yet the Allies endured where the Germans bled. The Somme had become the symbol of modern war, an ordeal that proved endurance could be as powerful as triumph. Casualties and other costs of the battle. The Somme was not a battle fought in days, but in months, a slow, grinding storm of steel. The British Empire suffered roughly 419,000 casualties, about 125,000 killed, 264,000 wounded, and 60,000 missing or captured. Many were never found, their bodies swallowed by the mud of the Western Front. The French army holding the southern sector lost around 204,000 men, 50,000 killed, 130,000 wounded, and 24,000 missing, even as Verdun still demanded more from them. The German army, though defending, paid almost as heavy a price, about 465,000 casualties, including 164,000 killed, 276,000 wounded, and 25,000 missing or captured. Soldiers on both sides described the trenches flooded with rain and blood, the air thick with the roar of guns and the reek of cordite. By November, both armies were spent, the line scarcely moved, but neither side could ever fight the same way again. Strategic outcome, the impact of the battle. Tactically, the Somme was indecisive. Strategically, it remade the war. Germany, drained of manpower, withdrew to the Hindenburg Line, trading space for survival. The offensive relieved Verdun, preserving France. For Britain, it was transformation, the baptism of its volunteer army into a professional modern force. The Somme also marked the dawn of tanks, expanded air reconnaissance, and revealed the full industrial scale of 20th century warfare. The Somme was not a victory in maneuvers, but a persistence, a battle where survival became success. Once again, this is just the overview of the battle. There will be many more to come of specific encounters inside this Battle of the Somme. Join us again next time on Things You Should Know, the Great War Edition.